of Dijon at the Palais des Sports Jean-Michel Geoffroy for tonight's Basketball Champions League fixture here. Game day 2 of the round of 16 between our hosts JDA Dijon and the visitors from Israel, Hapoel Holon. All these two teams now coming off the back of very interesting seasons, to say the least, here in the Basketball Champions League, while Hapoel Holon very close to making it to the Final Four last season. Well, JDA Dijon only a few seasons ago just showing to everybody that they could really mix it in here with the big teams of the Basketball Champions League. And no doubt they're going to try and get back to where they want to be. Now remember, MHP Riesen-Ludwigsburg's game against Galatasaray has been postponed to a further date. We'll have more information on that soon to come, but right now it's all about JDA Dijon versus Hapoel Holon.
Et maintenant, mesdames, messieurs, applaudissements à la JDA Dijon.
These Dijon fans, of course, they are very passionate about the game of basketball, and of course you know how big basketball is here in France. Remember, they came out with two very big victories against VF Riga in the round of 16. And the last game was a very emphatic defeat against MHP Riesen-Ludwigsburg. So no doubt they'll be looking to respond. And now Hapoel Holon could possibly go second place tonight with a victory here on the road in France. But again, a lot of that's going to be down to how well Chris Johnson plays. But don't forget the Zach attack. And not to mention Guy Panini. Now, Guy Panini, again, don't let age fool you, because age is simply a number. I mean, this man was stepping out. Remember, there's the addition of Hayden Dalton in this team now, making the move over London. You can see Joe Ragland having a phenomenal season this year. Well, Chris Johnson, one of their go-to. Well, it's a great addition for them. Now, when you think of JDA Dijon, you think of one primetime player. I mean, this man has the ability to turn it up and really change a game whenever he's on the court. And it's only one player you could be talking about. That is David Holston. Now, David Holston, of course, only standing at 1'73", 5'8". But this man is simply one of the best players here in the Basketball Champions League. Now, Gavin Ware has been big for them recently. The undersized center, along with Rashad Kelly, Kadeen Carrington as well. Well, Tony Katz is well be coming into the lineup and playing as a backup point guard, but Robin Ducote, his perimeter shooting has paid dividends so far here for JDA Dijon. Well, home court advantage now in this first matchup, and again, JDA Dijon need a victory here tonight to bounce back after their heavy defeat against Ludwigsburg. Again, when you look at the heads-to-head between these two teams, of course, JDA Dijon, a 33% perimeter shooting team. Not too different, of course, from the Israelis, who are shooting 34%. I just wonder if the rebounds are going to play a key mark in this game. I mean, Holon now probably just a little bit better on the rebounding. But again, JDA Dijon, the defense that they play and the points they're able to score from the turnovers really did get them that spot here in the round of 16, as we saw against VF Riga. You just imagine as well with the size and physicality, of course, that Hapoel has the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. Right now, wearing Sagolim, as they call it, purple, in the land of Israel. Well, tempo is going to be very key, of course, with Hapoel Holon. I mean, if they can maintain the pressure going forward, and of course put JDA Dijon under that pressure. Guy Goods, of course, a legend in Israeli basketball. Also was an assistant coach for the Great Britain national team only a few years ago. So again, a man who's renowned for his international basketball coaching. Well, as we mentioned now, for JDA Dijon, one thing in their favor they're going to have to try and make sure is that they try and really make sure they manage the minutes, of course, of David Holston. I mean, he is their go-to player, the one player on this team that can really just influence the game and change everything. Of course, his players such as Gavin Ware, Kelly as well. But when you have a superstar player such as David Holston, it really just makes a world of difference. Carrington as well, becoming a primetime player in the backcourt for this Dijon team. Well, his perimeter shooting in the backcourt was imperative for this JDA Dijon team. It was a very close game against VF Riga on the road. Again, a took care of business, and they've earned the right to be here. So he catches, just remember, you know, this is a player that really likes to go into the mid-range, and one thing he breaks down the defense with having so many shooters, he's able to get the ball and make those penetrations and just make the defense collapse. Again, it's a lot of options that this coaching staff has along with him. If JDA Dijon can secure and win the rebounds tonight, they can definitely give themselves a chance. They want to slow this game down, try and get him into the half court, and try to really frustrate Hapoel Holon. We'll just get set to introduce our officials for tonight's game. And ladies and gentlemen, we're very proud to say we have some of the finest officials here in world basketball. Well, our referees tonight are coming from Spain, Latvia, and Portugal. From Spain, we have Antonio Conde. From Latvia, we have Martins Kozlovskis. And from Portugal, we have Paulo Marquez. Well, our three officials are standing right in front of us here at the scorer's table. And momentarily, we will look at the starting lineups of these two teams. Now, what's going to be a very interesting matchup is going to be seeing Joe Ragland going up against David Holston. Another thing, of course, the Zach Attack is going to have to try and match up with Gavin Ware and try to play that physical battle. But again, for Zach Attack, he's going to have to try and make sure that he secures the rebounds. Well, there are our three officials: Antonio Conde, Martin Kozlovskis, and Paulo Marquez from Portugal, Latvia, and Spain. Well, we thank the hard work and loyalty of all of our officials. They've done an excellent job at all of our competitions, and they'll continue to do so here tonight, live in the Basketball Champions League. Well, the starting lineups now are going to be very key in this game, as we mentioned. I don't think they're going to make too many changes from the last game. I mean, for JDA Dijon, probably, but let's look at Hapoel Holon. So Joe Ragland will be in the backcourt with Adam Smith, Chris Johnson, Rafi Menko, and Mikhail Kaiser. That's a very small lineup. You can see what Guy Goods is going for. Trying to go for speed and transition, possibly a run and gun game against JDA Dijon. Well, the experienced Israeli international basketball coach, working with national teams and clubs all over the world for that matter. Again, he's been renowned for being a defensive basketball coach as his time as an assistant with the Great Britain national team, as they called him a defensive specialist. Well, now we're going to take a look at the starting lineups here of JDA Dijon, the home team. Well, again, here is a team, as we mentioned, that shoot 33% from the perimeter, 56% from within the rainbow. So Gavin Ware will be the big man down low. Rashad Kelly will play that 3-stretch 4. Khadeen Carrington, David Holston in the backcourt with Charles Galliou. Well, this is going to be a very equal matchup here, as we mentioned. Kaiser's going to have to match. Now you can see Nenad Markovic. Well, that's the beauty of having Gavin Ware on your team. I mean, this is a big man who likes to go for the pick and pop. But one thing he can do with his size and agility is trying to post up Kaiser as much as possible. Well, both these two teams now had to go in through the play-ins, as we mentioned. JDA Dijon, it was two very close games against the likes of Vef Riga. Now for Hapoel Holon, not many would have said they were favorites going up against Besiktas. They did lose game 1 by 1 point and winning game 2 narrowly by 2. But finishing it off back in Holon with a 6-point victory. That was on the 19th of January. So these two teams have played a few more games than some of the other teams here in the round of 16. But again, fatigue at this stage. We're midway through the season. This is the Basketball Champions League. I think you can hear some of the fans in this arena right now saying, Allez, Allez, Dijon. You can probably hear some of the fans back in Israel saying, Yalla Holonia. Again, the support that these two clubs have is absolutely phenomenal. Right now, David Holston, Khadeen Carrington in the backcourt. They'll try to get the home crowd going. It's live, and it's the Basketball Champions League.
Applaudissements au 5 de départ de la JDA Dijon. Applaudissements à Khadeen Carrington. Russian team from David Holston.
Well, there you can see Kaiser, of course, as we mentioned. He's probably going to match up here with Gavin Ware, and that's going to be a very fun battle of the bigs there. Of course, both these bigs really like to play the pick and pop style of basketball. But again, the physicality of how much they contain the defensive rebounds is going to be key for this one. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you've just joined us, we're here live in the city of Dijon at the Palais des Sports Jean-Michel Geoffroy. Well, the officials are ready. Business is about to pick up. The tip is underway. Well, it will be Holon who get the first possession of the game now. Well, Smith now looking to try and take this on one-on-one. Goes down to Joe Ragland. Got it here by David Holston. The double team comes. Ragland giving this one up with a quick shot by Menko at the top of the key. Doesn't get it. Well, Holston already gets his first rebound of the game. Holston now coming off one screen, getting a handoff here. We'll go to another pick and roll. The pick and pop again with Gavin Ware. And has to kick this one out. We're on the 10 on the shot clock now. Has to hang in the air. Almost turns it over. Under the basket. Gets rejected. Well, Kaiser said, get out of here. Well, that is how you protect the basket. Simply letting everybody know that no easy layups now. 4.1 seconds on the shot clock here for JDA Dijon. Well, we're now getting a handoff here at Carrington. Carrington, a quick three-pointer from downtown. Doesn't get it. And Dijon now securing the offensive rebound here with David Holston. He now goes up to 2 rebounds. Holston now under the basket. Finds Ware with a two-handed jab throwdown. Well, the pass coming. Again, the dime coming from David Holston. Well, David Holston putting a big message, of course, in the round of, well, in the play-ins, excuse me, against VF Riga, but North United needs a big response here for these Dijon fans. Smith now picks up his dribble, passes off to Joe Ragland. Ragland now gets by Holston, hangs in the air, goes all the way, doesn't get the follow-up, and again, no basket. Well, Rafi Menko there tried to go in for the tip back, couldn't get it. All the way with a bit of finger on it, kisses that one off the glass, and JDA Dijon getting out in transition there. Rashad Kelly going in with a sweet little left-handed finger roll, kissing that one off the backboard. Well, Menko now looking to go back door here with Ragland. Ragland's under the basket, looking to dish off one more time. And again, they finish it. Beautiful play there. Well, Chris Johnson with an easy 2 points there. The assist coming from Joe Ragland. Well, Holston now heavily guarded here by Ragland. And it looks like they're gonna keep this one alive now. As Kadeen Carrington penetrates in, does a pick and pop there. Now Gavin Ware can make these, doesn't get it. Kicks out. Well, Menko had a three-pointer. Decided not to shoot the ball. Menko now has to give it up. He turns it over. Well, now Dijon can push, but a foul has been committed in the midcourt there by Adam Smith. Well, Holon now just playing with a little bit of nerves here in their first game of the round of 16 at the moment. That was a foul they committed by Adam Smith, and again, just trying to stop the transition play there with JDA Dijon. We're now getting a handoff here with Carrington, coming off another screen. Dijon now trying to patiently build up their offense. Carrington goes pick and roll here with Gavin Ware, hits the back iron, doesn't get it. Well, Kaiser gets a rebound, and now Smith can hug the sideline here. Well, Smith now coming off one screen, has to give this one up to Menko. Kaiser now looking for a handoff. Holon just trying to find some balance and a bit more structure to the offense. Menko all the way. Menko, bit of contact, and he lays it up. Well, where was the help side defense there from the JDA Dijon defenders? A complete miscommunication there on defense. As Menko lays it up now, tying it up for a piece here in the first quarter. Well, Holston now looking to go another pick and roll, but he gives this one up. This time he makes a penetration all the way, hangs in the air, doesn't get it. Menko with a rebound, and now Ragland crosses over now. Ragland finds Kaiser. Kaiser all the way. Iceman finger roll, but he missed it. Well, he tried to go around Gavin Ware, but he couldn't nail that one down. And now they go down low here. Kelly now looking to battle his way in the post. Kelly goes up with it. He can't get it. Well, JDA Dijon looking for a foul. In transition, they find Chris Johnson. Johnson gets fouled, and he gets the one. Well, he's going to go to the free throw line now for a three-point play. The foul has been committed by Kadeen Carrington there of JDA Dijon. I mean, look at the pass there, but I mean, that is a touchdown by Chris Johnson, the wide receiver of Hapoel Holon.
Entre en jeu de Robin du côté. Première faute personnelle pour Kevin Carrington. Au lancer franc, Christophe.
Well, CJ, the former NBA player now, making the three-point play. Well, the man who had a fantastic career with the Philadelphia 76ers, the Boston Celtics, and the Utah Jazz. Also played for Basketball Champions League rivals Hapoel Jerusalem, where again, well, turnover. Well, Hapoel Holon just get a present there. A very poor defense. Well, there you can see Robin Ducote now making a penetration. No help side defenders. But Joe Ragland just putting his hand in the cookie jar and slapping it off Ducote. So it's a turnover now here for JDA Dijon. Well, Holon now just starting to build some more confidence here in their offensive play. And again, just trying to move the ball a little bit better. What a pass there by Kaiser. And a traveling violation. Again, it was a beautiful dime there from Joe Ragland to Kaiser. Holston now on the ball, has to give this one up. Finding Charles Galliou, but again, they go back to Holston now. Well, pump fakes finds Gavin Ware. Well, they had Galliou wide open, but they didn't get the ball to him, so they try to go to Ducote, but the Holon defense was able to recover there, so Gavin Ware missed a golden opportunity. Now, Charles Galliou was wide open at the top, as I mentioned, but again, they are able to draw the foul there. Rafi Manko, so Kaiser's going to come out of the game. So now the Zach attack is in here. Well, he's going to try and match up, and I believe he's going to have to guard Gavin Ware. This should be a good matchup here for Gavin Ware. Ware now gets a handoff here with Holston, back to Ware. Ware in the lane, goes up, and then that's a beautiful pick and roll play, and exactly what JDA Dijon are going to have to go to now. Well, Steve Zach, as we mentioned, they're going to run that pick and roll sequence to try and get the switch as much as possible. And Joe Ragland now is fouled by Gavin Ware. So Joe's going to go to the free throw line here for 2 shots.
Première faute personnelle, Kevin Ware. Sur la ligne des lancers francs pour Hapoel, Joe Ragland.
Well, when you talk about building a championship team here in the Basketball Champions League, you need a point guard like Joe Ragland in your team. Originally coming from Springfield, Massachusetts. Just coming to the end of his prime now, 32 years of age. Started his professional career back in 2012 with Cam Murthia. Last season was playing for Hakushim, the Sharks of the Winter League in Hapoel Eilat. As he missed his second free throw, so Hulonia knew exactly what they were signing up here. Getting themselves a primetime point guard here to run the show. Where now? Going at him, and a foul has been committed. So again, the mismatch going in favor here of Gavin Ware. So tough there for Zach as he picks up his his first personal foul. My apologies there, of course, to Steve Zach. Now getting a handoff here, finding Holston. Well, Holston can make these. Can he get going? Yes, he can! Well, David Holston, it was only a matter of time there, curling 2 screens and pulling the trigger, hits his first trade ball of the night. Well, David Holston can get things going on offense. It could be a problem here for Hapoel Holon. Johnson now back out to Ragland. Well, Ragland splitting the defense. Oh, beautiful play. Throws it down. Well, Joey Ragland going pick and roll. And then it became the Zach attack. I mean, that is simply Zegadol. That is big. Pump fakes, turns around now, kicks out again. Good ball movement now. Galliou goes down the middle. Well, Holston coming off one screen, trying to shake and bake here. Got it by Johnson. Well, Charles Galliou from downtown hits a front iron, doesn't get it. Johnson with a rebound, and now Smith will push this one. Beautiful play. Oh, baby! Are you serious? That is unbelievable. Wow. I do not believe what we just saw. I mean, look at this. Ragland in transition. Lila Tom. Good night. Thank you very much. Toda rabah. Bavakasha. You gotta love this guy. Well, Steve Zak in transition. No prisoners. Well, Zak makes a three-point play now, giving a 4-point lead here to Hapoel Holon. Holson now coming off one screen here, looking to give this one up. And again, the ball movement here just needs to be a little bit crisper from JDA Dijon. Well, pulls up from the mid-range, doesn't get it, hits the back iron, and now Holon trying to get on transition. Johnson, bit of contact, and he lays that one up. But you can see now every time Hapoel and Holon just get the ball out, they try to go as quick as possible. And Joe Ragland down the middle will run his left, right, and center. Holson now kicks out to Ducote in the corner. Can he hit this one? Doesn't get it. Ragland comes up with a loose ball, and again, looks like he's going to try and slow this one down in transition. Ragland finding Smith now. And Smith got it by Ducote. Goes down the middle. Tries to shake and bake now, looking for an option to kick out. Well, now we're under 10 on the shot clock now. Finding the Zak attack. Zak now spinning around. Zak attack gets fouled. Well, no foul call. Well, I thought I heard a whistle, but now JDA Dijon can capitalize. Well, it's a huge three in transition. Still can't get it. JDA Dijon settling for perimeter shots right now. Well, again, when they take Gavin Ware out of the game, they try to go for that backcourt play, but at the moment, when they don't hit these shots, I mean, Hapoel and Holon go in transitions. Ragland keeps his dribble alive. And the foul has been committed, and there will be a baseline ball now here to Holon. Well, Hayden Dalton now making his Basketball Champions League debut here for a third team. Just shows you what a great player he is. Just how much he's needed at this level. They get the ball inbound. I think they turn it over. Well, you can just see how congested the sideline inbound play there was from the Holon players. Again, a very costly turnover. That's their fourth one of the game, but again, they're leading this one by 6 points. Well, I get it right back, but again, they turn it back over one more time. Well, again, you gotta credit the defense there from Bourdillon. Niv Misgav as well is on the court here for Hapoel Holon, along with Hayden Dalton. So Adam Smith and Steve Zak, the only two players that remain in from that previous five who went on that run here. Carrington now throws this one down low. Chase Simon now kicks out again to Holson, can't get it. Smith with a rebound. And just over 2:15 to go now here in the first quarter is Holon just trying to control the tempo here on offense. Finding Dalton now. Dalton here doesn't use a screen from Steven Zak, so again they go back out to Smith. Smith now going down the middle, trying to hesitate all the way with a beautiful finger on. He finished that one with a kiss off the glass. Wow, I mean, that is just simply a remarkable play there. The hesitation, and then going to the basket one hand is now Kanin Carrington, trying to get things going here on offense here for JDA Dijon. Well, Holson now tries a long two now. Well, it's a three-pointer, excuse me. He was behind the line. So Holson now hitting his second triple of the game and just cutting it down to a 5-point ball game. Well, Misgav now here, heavily guided by David Holson, trying to put the pressure here on the backcourt players from Holon. Well, Smith now hangs in the air, off the backboard, doesn't get it. But he's going to go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. So the foul has been committed by Kanin Carrington. Well, picking up his second personal foul, so he now has to go to the benches. Now Adam Smith is at the free throw line here for Holon. Well, Smith, originally coming from the state of Georgia, played at the University of Wilmington in North Carolina, as well as Virginia and Georgia Tech. He started his professional career in Italy back in 2016. He's also played for the like of PAOK Thessaloniki, as well as Stelmet Gelona Gora. It's a man with a lot of Basketball Champions League experience. JDA Dijon now trailing by 7 points to go back to Holon. A tough shot, doesn't get it. Well, Dalton comes up with a rebound now. We are under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Joe Ragland's back in the game now. Ragland uses the screen now. Dalton looking for a handoff. Well, Dalton turns it over. Holon comes up with it. What does he have in transition? The pass to Cote with a two-handed rim rocker. Well, you gotta love that in transition. I mean, that was simply unbelievable in transition there. What a play. Oh, Miscap now looking for a handoff. Might turn it over again. Another steal. So now JDA Dijon picking up the defense here and leading it to fast break buckets. And just chipping down the deficit. Well, it's amazing how the defensive stops now turning to transition points here. Cutting it down to a currently now three-point ball game. There's now Joe Ragland on the ball. A few seconds left coming off one screen. Ragland now pulling up for a three-pointer. Gets the foul. Well, the foul is on David Holon, so Ragland's going to go to the free throw line here for 3 free shots.
Faute personnelle pour la JDA Dijon, 3 lancés. Pour Joe Ragland.
Ragland makes the first free throw. Well, Joe Ragland really has been a game changer this season. As we mentioned, just simply a phenomenal basketball player. Really has seemed to love life so far here. Well, just averaging under 11 points per game this season in the Basketball Champions League with 7 assists. We expect with his experience and his resume, the kind of stats he would be putting up this year. Well, he makes a 3 for 3 for the charity stripe. And now there are 2.4 seconds left here in the first quarter for JDA Dijon to try and possibly get one last shot off. Well, they get the ball inbound now. They go for the long course shot. The shot is up, hits the backboard. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first quarter, it is the visitors who lead this one. It's 22-16 as Hapoel Holon coming out with a lot of confidence here in the first quarter. We'll show you some stats and some highlights here.
Basketball Champions League interdisent la présence de la squad sur le parquet. Donc elle va se rendre cette squad près des tribunes pour vous offrir les cadeaux.
Well, there are the stats you can see so far. JDA Dijon 2 for 9 for the perimeter. Well, Holon haven't even attempted a three-point shot apart from the one where Joe Ragland did get fouled, but they are 7 for 11 from within the rainbow. And 8 for 9 for the free throw line, while Dijon 0 free throws. Here are the highlights. Well, there's a dime underneath by Gavin Ware. And again, that is going to be the one play that could be a difference in this game between these two teams. I mean, Gavin Ware just so physical, but the ability to set the screens and pop out to the mid-range. Well, this is what JDA Dijon need to try and do as much as possible, try and get out in transition and just make it very difficult for Hapoel Holon. But Rafi Menko there probably won't have an easier layup in his career than that one. With 0 help side defense. Well, that was Chris Johnson. And again, both of these two teams really just trying to get out as much as possible and play that transition style. Well, again, you look at David Holon and you think it's only a matter of time before he gets things going. Well, he's hit so far in this game a couple of three-pointers. The only 2 three-pointers of the game have been hit by David Holon. Well, the Zach attack has simply been all over the court this evening, throwing it down with a bit of authority. Well, Zach here a couple of times running in transition as well. The big man catching that lob from Chris Johnson.
Possession JDA Dijon.
Dijon now try to go down early. Just trying to get things going as much as possible. David Holon now coming off one screen. Goes down the middle. It's a tough bounce pass, but nothing comes out of it. Now 6 on the shot clock here for Dijon to go for a long two-pointer. Nothing but net off the screen. Beautifully executed there by Chase Simon, and just coming off the screen and pulling up from the long two-point shot. Ragland now trying to get around the defender, around Ducote, draws another foul. And again, the first step of Joey Ragland's going to be a problem here for Robin Ducote to defend one-on-one. And that is one thing about Joe Ragland. He just has the ability to break down almost any defender he has in front of him. Well, the legend now, Guy Panini, checks into the game. Well, one thing about Guy Panini is that if this game is on the line, and you're JDA Dijon, you know who the last shot's going to. Well, Ragland trying to go for the backdoor play. The pass coming from Niv Mizgav, unable to get to him. Chris Johnson currently top scorer on the floor here for Hapoel Holon. He has 7 points so far with 1 rebound, but well, Kaiser now just able to keep that one alive as Mizgav now coming off one screen. Back to Kaiser. Well, Kaiser, great help side defense there by Dijon. Now they try to push a transition. Simon now coming off one screen, goes down the middle, kicks off. They try to go baseline, puts up a little jump hook, and he finishes out. Oh, no, he doesn't. Well, he missed it. And now Holon again in transition. Johnson one more time, lays it up. Well, Chris Johnson again, the same play, deja vu. Does it again now, getting the 7th fast break point of the night here for Hapoel Holon. Well, pick and roll play, they try to collapse on defense, and will be a baseline ball here to JDA Dijon. Well, that was a tough play there by Jacques Holon. You can see Mizgav doing such a great job along with Chris Johnson collapsing on Jacques Holon. And that's a good sign there for Hapoel Holon. This guy Panini's been told to tuck in his t-shirt, and the officials only trying to say to him that it's regulations here in the Basketball Champions League, as it probably is in the Israeli Winter League and in the French LNB Pro A. Well, Guy Panini, of course, has tucked his shirt in so we can resume play. Well, Ducote just lost control of the basketball. It will be a sideline ball now here to JDA Dijon. With 5 seconds left here on the shot clock. Well, there's a lob now. Catches out of bounds, keeps alive. They try a three-pointer. 3 is up. The 3 is no good. Ragland now with a rebound, finding Mizgav in transition. Well, Panini thought about giving the ball up, and this time goes down to Ragland. Ragland low block, dishes off. Again, great defense there by Abdul Aloum. Coming up with a loose ball. Holst now hesitates in the lane. Kicks out, but he draws a foul, so it's going to be a baseline ball now to JDA Dijon. The foul is on Joe Ragland. Well, Dijon now 6 seconds on the shot clock. Comes off to a foot on Steve Zach, so it's going to be a sideline ball here with 14 on the shot clock here for JDA Dijon. Well, they get the ball inbound now here to Jacques Holon. Tries to go pick and roll here with Tony Katic. Well, they got 5. They got to get something going to the basket. Another foul's called, so it's the foul on the ground. It's going to be a baseline ball now. I believe the official did indicate that the foul was on the ground, and the foul is going to be called on Chris Johnson. So another fresh 14 on the shot clock here. Lots of great penetration by Chase Simon. Well, Katic now getting a handoff. Coming off one screen now, and an offensive foul's been called. So Abdoulaye Loum set an illegal screen, so it's going to be possession now back to Hapoel Holon. Well, take a look at Abdoulaye Loum here. Look at the screen he sets. Well, once Katic catches the ball, now watch him here. Oh, it's the right call, definitely. You can see with the left shoulder just going into Joey Ragland. Again, whenever you set a screen, you just need to stay still and hope the dribbler just dribbles off you shoulder to shoulder. Is now Steve Zak with the mid-range. Well, Zak attack can't hit it down, and now JDA Dijon can push this one. Katic now getting a handoff. Ducote pulls up from the mid-range, hits the front iron. It's Abdoulaye Loum with an offensive rebound. Katic now with penetration, another kick out. Well, had the three-pointer this time. They take the tough shot in the lane, but he tucks it away. Well, Chase Simon just making magic happen here. Off the dribble. Great defense there, of course, played by Jacques Holon, making it very hard there for Adam Smith. Well, Smith thinks that he got fouled, or possibly a deflection off of Jacques Holon. It's going to be possession back now to JDA Dijon. Tony Katic now having to jump in the air before he lost his balance to avoid the travel. Finds Simon now. Simon got it by Chris Johnson. A step back. Could that be a tough shot? Doesn't get it. Smith with the rebound. Now he's got Johnson ahead of him. Johnson catches a tough one. And Adam Smith just put a little bit too much English on that pass. But again, you gotta love the way that Chris Johnson, anytime Holon get the ball, he's just out in transition as much as possible. And we got a timeout now as these two teams want to talk it over.
Until now, that every time somebody shoots, Johnson is going. Did you understand or not? Did you understand or not? Look, guys, it's already 5th time that the guy is going.
Well, there you can see, of course, the turnovers. Hapoel Holon with 10 turnovers already. JDA Dijon with 6 steals.
Get the ball and play the pick.
Really has been a key difference in this game between these two teams.
Play the pick to create advantage. Kevin is going back. I don't think they will guard Kevin now with Finney. They will guard you with Finney, okay? Hey, let's play box 5, but 4 men set the screen after for Tony and dribble handle. Okay, and let's go.
Well, there was the play by Chase Simon. Now taking that one in the lane and the pull-up jump shot. Okay, that's something he's got to go to in this game as much as possible. Try and break the defense down here. Remember, JDA Dijon was settling for a lot of perimeter shots here in the first quarter, but again, just mixing up the game at the moment, going to other options and just trying to make it very difficult here. Of course, Hapoel Holon, as we mentioned, with 10 turnovers already here. Well, it's seldom you see a team here in the Basketball Champions League with 20 turnovers, and we're not even halfway here through this game, and already they're halfway to what is not already the norm. And another steal here as Panini comes up with it. Panini now finding Joe Ragland. Well, Ragland now looking to isolate. Crosses over, draws a foul, and that's going to be the 3rd team foul now here on JDA Dijon. As Tony Katic picks up the foul with a reach. Well, it's always tough when you try to close out a player on the perimeter such as Joe Ragland, because once the momentum goes forward from the defense, Ragland simply has beaten you already. Steve Zak now pick and roll here with Ragland. Cross court, good ball movement by Holon. As now Smith tries a 3-pointer, doesn't get it. Zak now fighting for a rebound, but JDA Dijon secure the ball. Simon out down the middle, looking for an option. Kicks this one out to Katic. This has to go to another pick and roll here. We go down low now to the big fella Gavin Ware. Tries a fadeaway. Doesn't get the follow-up by Abdoulaye Loum. Doesn't get it. Well, Abdoulaye Loum, one of those players. There's again Steven Zak, and he misses the alley-oop. Well, left wide open. Couldn't connect with it. Goes baseline catch. Oh, my goodness gracious. Joe Ragland said, not in my house. Transition play now off to Guy Panini. Panini for three. Doesn't get it. Well, Ragland just denied him completely. Shut down the lane. Well, they go down low now to Gavin Ware. Gavin Ware got it by Steve Zak. He turns around the jump hook. Again, doesn't get it. Well, he can't secure the rebound. Goes out of bounds, and that will be a JDA Dijon ball. I'd love to see a replay of Joey Ragland's block there. As the Zak attack goes to the bench, David Holson now is back in the game here for Dijon. Carrington now coming off one screen, finding David Holson. Holson ankle breaking. Can he get it? Doesn't get it. Well, if he made that one, that would definitely be a top 5 play of the week here in the Basketball Champions League. Well, every time you see the ball in the hands of David Holson or Joey Ragland, you're just sitting there in suspense with popcorn, just waiting for things to happen. The kick out now, the pump fake. Down low, finding Kaiser. Kaiser with a two-handed jam, throws it down. Well, he was just waiting for that opportunity there. Well, the assist was coming from Rafi Menko on that play. Ducote now catches from the perimeter, takes a shot, doesn't get in the perimeter shooting. Very troubling for both these two teams tonight. As now Ragland kicks this one out. Well, Menko tries a three. Menko from downtown doesn't get it. Smith comes up with a loose ball. As now we're under 3.5 to go here in the second quarter. Well, Johnson now going pick and roll here with Smith. Smith all the way off the backboard, and he kisses that one off the glass now, and giving Hapoel and Holon an 8-point lead. Well, Smith now moves up to 6 points. He's 2 for 3 from the field this evening. As Gavin Ware looking to go handoff here. Also now shaking, baking, throwing the lob as Ware catches it midair. And Gavin Ware, the 1-2 combo with David Holson. That's something that JDA Dijon needs to keep going to tonight. Some mismatches now. Ragland splits the defense. Drawing the 4th team foul here with 2:51 against JDA Dijon here in the second quarter. I mean, just look at this play here. The lob coming from David Holson. Gavin Ware again. Those two players with telepathic ability to know where they are on the court. The connection. Well, here comes the handoff now. Ragland finding Menko. Menko spinning around. Menko one-legged fadeaway off the back. Does he get it? Yes, he does. Well, Menko again with the beautiful spin out one-legged fadeaway. Now Carrington looking to isolate here. Well, here we go again with the pick and roll. Now Holson with Gavin Ware kicking this one out. Good ball movement. As Carrington pump fake, steps back, takes a three-pointer. In and out, doesn't get it. Well, you definitely can't fold the fact that JDA Dijon are getting good shots and good looks, but at the moment, just unable to knock him down right now. Finds Kaiser under the basket. Kaiser, no foul called. And now Dijon here can capitalize the trail by 8 points. Under the basket, goes up with it, gets fouled, and he gets down one. Oh, Rashad Kelly. And he's going to go to the free throw line now here for a three-point play. The foul committed. I believe that one. Let's have a look here on the replay. I think they're going to call that one a Rafi Menko possibly. So now it's going to be a free throw here for Rashad Kelly, as we mentioned. Rashad Kelly now really enjoying his life here, originally coming from Virginia. Plays university basketball, Wichita State last season. He was playing in Turkey and Gaziantep, a former Basketball Champions League team. As now he cuts it down to a 5-point ball game. We got a timeout now, as these two teams want to talk it over.
back. Let's go, guys. Let's go. You know, turn those balls. You know, catch the ball strong. Johnson says, let's go. Now they are getting fatigued. If you get the rebound, run to the side. Rebound, we pick and roll.
Well, that is an incredible stat there, of course. I mean, Holon, a very good perimeter three-point shooting team, only has taken 3 trey balls this evening. Well, there you can see JDA Dijon. And you couldn't really say they live and die here by the perimeter shot, but 2 for 14 just shows you how much they really want to get things going for downtown.
Let's do better job of pick and roll. Tiny pick and roll. Pick close to action. Stay in the need. Let's go. Let's go.
Notre partenaire fromagerie Holon. Mesdames, Messieurs, 2 minutes avant la mi-temps, 35 points seulement entre les deux équipes.
Well, this is what Adam Smith does best, of course. Well, coming off one screen here with Johnson, slicing, dicing, and icing the finger roll there off the backboard. It's always great when you have a player of that caliber on your team just coming in the backcourt and just doing a good job. Well, here comes Ragland now. A few seconds there, turn it over. Well, now Dijon here with a chance here to capitalize. Carrington throws it down in transition. Well, two-handed monster dunk there by Rashad Kelly. And that's now the 7th steal of the night here for JDA Dijon. Another turnover now for Hapoel and Holon. Smith now breaking the defense off the backboard. Kaiser with a follow-up. He puts him back up by 5 points now with 1:11 to go here. As now we have a timeout now as JDA Dijon want to talk it over.
The pick is coming from Kid. Push him there. Kid, there is no gap. We play 25 now, okay? We play 25. After this, 1 minute. Let's play one. Let's play one L side. We didn't run long time with the back screen. Okay?
We can definitely see there, of course, 11 turnovers, just one too many. And again, it's interesting to see a team with so many turnovers winning this game, but it just shows you the quality in this team of Hapoel and Holon. And take nothing away from JDA Dijon, of course, having one of the best point guards here in this tournament. But right now, they need to get things going here with David Holson. Look in the defense. Well, the points coming off the turnovers here from JDA Dijon. That's what you expect of the team that just gets under 20 points a game off the back of turnovers. Well, it's a simple case here for Hapoel and Holon. You got to take care of the basketball and not throw it away, of course. You can see an easy basket now. Gavin Ware one more time, laying it up, and again, he could be a key difference in this game, as he showed in the play-in series against VF Riga. Very complex play to guards. Now Kaiser wants to go pick and roll here with Ragland. Another turnover, and now Holson, what do we have here? Lays it up now, cutting it down a 1-point ball game. Well, 12 turnovers already here in the first half for Hapoel and Holon. Again, they don't want that to be something that comes back to bite them at the end. So talk about taking care of the basketball and just being a bit more cautious. It's now Ragland here looking to go pick and roll again with Kaiser. Ragland now 3 seconds on the shot clock. Tries to split the defense all the way. Kicks out. Johnson, quick three in the corner. Doesn't get it. Well, now they got a few seconds here. Tries to go all the way to step back. Well, quickly fades away. Well, the air balls at nothing but net, of course, but Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first half, it is indeed the visitors who lead this one by 1 point. As Hapoel and Holon 32-31 against JDA Dijon here in game day 2 of the round of 16 here in the Basketball Champions League. We'll show you some stats and some highlights here from the first half. Well, you got to ask the question, of course, JDA Dijon, if they hit some more perimeter shots, could this be their game? But Hapoel and Holon, of course, if they take care of the basketball, could it be a bigger margin? So far, Holon there, you can see 4 3-point field goals taken, 0 made at the moment. 12 for 20 from within the rainbow, but 8 for 9 for the free throw line. Well, the rebounds definitely going in favor of the visitors, 21-15. But look at the steal stat there, 8 steals for Dijon. Well, David Holston and Gavin Ware, the duo, of course, leading the way with 8 points apiece. Chris Johnson, top scorer in this game for Hapoel and Holon with 9. Well, let's take a look at the highlights now. Well, again, as we talked about the turnovers, of course, the inability to take care of the basketball, could that be a big difference in this game for Hapoel and Holon? But for JDA Dijon, well, look how Chris Johnson just runs the transition. He's done that a few times. Well, there was the penetration by Rafi Mako and the pass underneath to the Kaiser. Well, Mako now, again, another player that really needs to come into his own now. But again, one thing you can imagine is that this game gets on the line at the end. Hapoel and Holon's going to draw up one last play to try and get the ball in the hands of probably none other than Guy Panini to get that last shot for the win. Gavin Ware, as we mentioned, the combo play there between him and David Holston with 8 points. Total combined of 16 between them. And that pick and roll just causes a lot of problems there for Hapoel and Holon, because anytime they end up switching on it, they end up getting a mismatch for either David Holston and for Gavin Ware. Well, same go for Chase Simon as well. Now, he has tried to get a few perimeter shots going, but he should try to really work his way in the low block tonight. A very phenomenal basketball player, very well-rounded. One thing that's keeping him in this game is the points from the turnovers, of course. Well, you can see Ragland again just coming off screens, but throwing the ball away is Holston coming up with a steal. I mean, David Holston is just everywhere on the basketball court. And that is what he gives you on both ends of the floor. Not only just a dominant scorer and a great perimeter shooter, but I mean, this guy will come up with defensive plays.
Dennis Lukasho. Oh yes, he can do it at both ends. Couple of blocks and a monster slam. John Egbunu with the finish. The assist goes to Alderswan.
As the mid-range takes a tough one, hits the top of the backboard. A 24-second violation to come up with it. Now transition, what do we have here? And he gets blocked. DeAndre Lansdowne takes no prisoners. My goodness gracious, behind the back, Lansdowne throws it up. Oh, it's beautiful. 6 Strasbourg, Showtime basketball.
No stopping Unikaha that time. Ruben Guerrero with an important basket.
Robinson now finds Jean-Baptiste Maille down the middle, all the way. Lansdowne, oh baby, what a follow-up. Ike Udano with no regard for human life. That is unbelievable, and he silences this crowd.
This is the moment. It's time for a clutch play. Dow showing, going, shooting, Dow! The definition of a clutch moment. Dow keeps the tie alive.
go corner, okay? And second offense, let's play two turn with the stagger screen. So what we do, like this. Okay, Charles.
Well, you can see, of course, Nena Markovic was trying to say go through a couple of stagger screens and try to get a few players open up from the perimeter. So, again, a man with definitely a vision of how he wants his players to play with the likes of Guy Goods. A man who is renowned for being a defensive specialist here in the Israeli Winter League and for international basketball for that matter.
Two turn, but we stagger screen, okay? Just make this screen diagonal so they don't cut the screens, okay? Overload here. Good handoff to play this inner pick and roll, okay? And two shooters behind, okay? And let's go.
Will be Holon to get the first possession here in the second half. Ragland now will try to get things going. Of course, he did finish the second quarter relatively quiet. I mean, he was making some very impressive plays here in transition. Dishing the ball off, especially between him and Steve Zaxo. Now Smith's on the court. They got Kaiser playing the... Well, can he hit the first tray ball way off the mark there from Johnson? Well, that's the fifth three-pointer attempt of the night here for Hapoel Holon. Again, they still cannot buy a bucket from downtown. Well, Holon here trying to go pick and pop now. Gavin Ware pump fakes. Just draws a foul on the ground. The foul is going to be called on Rafael Mako. So there you can see again, Gavin Ware just causing all sorts of problems on the court. Well, that was a pump fake right there. Well, Rafi Mako, once he was up in the air there, Gavin Ware again, not one of the slow kind of big men. Definitely has the ability to put the ball on the floor and make things happen. Well, Carrington now kicking out. Now this is one thing Ware can do. Top of the key, can he get it? No, he can't. The offensive rebound. And again, one thing that's going to be different in this game is Rashad Kelly with the follow-up. Now Mako here on the ball. The give and go play. Johnson now almost turns it over. Does just that. Great defense there by Dijon. And now they can push this one. Holon now looking to shake and bake. Well, Holon heavily got it there by Joey Ragland. So they get the ball to Carrington now. Carrington draws a foul. It's a blocking foul called on Chris Johnson. Well, this could be a problem here because Chris Johnson, top scorer in this game for Hapoel Holon. I'm not sure why it's a blocking foul. It's a reaching foul, if anything. Well, Johnson now picking up his second personal foul of the game here. It's a 1-point lead now to JDA Dijon. Well, left wide open, takes a three-point from downtown. The perimeter shooting still struggling here. Well, it's a wide open look, but again, Charles Galliou has to make that shot. Well, Smith now looking to go down the middle. Ragland now on the 10 on the shot clock, gives this one to Mako. I think they're going to call a 3-second call there against Chris Johnson, so another turnover. Well, Hapoel Holon again struggling to get some rhythm here. So now Dijon here with a chance to try and capitalize. They get the ball in the hands now with David Holon. Well, Holon now looking to shake and bake. Got it by Chris Johnson. Well, has a switch now with Kaiser on in 4 seconds. They got to get something going. And the shot clock now fades away in the lane. Doesn't get it. Hits the front iron, and now Ragland comes up with it. Well, now can Holon get the first points here? Ragland all the way. Ragland off the backboard. Lays it up. Well, Joey Ragland, again, just trying to turn it up a gear here for Hapoel Holon. Well, he now goes up to 6 points. This is now Khadeen Carrington. Crosses over. Johnson's got to be careful, and I think they're going to call a foul this time. Well, the question is, if they call that on Chris Johnson, that could be a problem. And that's going to be his third personal foul. So, well, Johnson was lucky. Well, I'm not sure if they're going to call that on Johnson, if they're going to call that on Kaiser. I think they're going to call it So it is on Johnson. Yeah, it's his third personal foul of the game. Well, Carrington makes the first free throw as he ties the game at 34 apiece. And again, you can see here, Coach Guy Goods, as we mentioned, renowned for his defensive plays. As he gives up 2 free throws there. Hitting Carrington, giving the lead now here to JDA Dijon. We can see now the rhythm of these two teams just starting to fall asleep now at this point. Smith now on the ball, heavily guarded by Carrington, comes off one screen. Manko looking to penetrate. Manko goes in with a tough shot. Kaiser with a follow-up, doesn't get it. And now Holon here in transition. He's got a player ahead of him. Kicks this one out. They have a 3 from Carrington. The 3 is up. The 3 is good from downtown. Well, the assist coming from David Holon, finding Hapoel Carrington, who just nails it. And now Hapoel and Holon have to call timeout.
We are playing without confidence on offense. It means we don't know what to do. If you have a good shot, take it. You should probably fall to this game. There's not going to be better shots all the time. You're open, you need to take shots. In our defense, you need to run back to transition defense. Okay? Let's go. Adam, you get the ball, fake, get the ball. Here's strong side, Freddy's here. Pass, back cut, get opposite side, and wing pick and roll.
Well, the home crowd now just trying to get into this one again. Look at the dime here from David Holon, spotting Hapoel Carrington wide open. And could that be the confidence booster here for the perimeter shooting tonight from JDA Dijon? We just think that both these two teams, that's only 3 3-point field goals in this game for the home side. While Hapoel and Holon 0 for 5 from downtown. Could it be the team that Gameday is going from the perimeter? They start to walk out with this one. Smith now on the ball, takes a tough shot, top of the key. Well, nothing but net from Adam Smith. Well, he now moves up to 8 points. He's 3 for 5 from the field this evening. Shooting 60% from the field. They need him to step up and hit those shots at the moment. Remember, Holon will lead this one by as many as 10 points at one point. Well, Carrington now coming off one screen. And they want to get the ball here to Gavin Ware, posting up against Kaiser. Turns around, tough shot, doesn't get it. Well, Kaiser did just enough there on defense. There's now Niv Misgav here, coming off one screen. Kicks out now. Smith tries another one. This time he gets it. The first 3-pointer of the game now for Hapoel and Holon. Well, they've gone from going down by 4 points to all of a sudden coming back by 1 point here. Well, Carrington, did he have his foot on the line? The shot is up. The 3 is good. Well, all of a sudden now, these two teams busting out with confidence here in the second half. Question is, can they keep it going? As now Smith comes off one screen. Misgaff now draws a foul, and the foul is going to be called on David Holon. Well, Holon, I believe, is going to pick up his second personal foul of the evening now. Well, there's the foul right there. The reach in his Misgaff there. You can see just trying to get rid of his right hand, but Chris Johnson now is going to go to the bench, take a breather. Is now Mr. Veteran Guy Panini coming into the game. Again, you could probably expect Guy Panini is going to have 3 points tonight. Just 3 points. And those 3 points will come at the end as now Smith tries to penetrate. Draws another foul. The question is, I'm not sure if they called that foul on the ground, if it's a shooting foul. So I think it's going to be 2 free throws now here to Adam Smith. It's going to be 2 shots now here. Well, last season, Smith spent his time playing in Turkey, of course, in the Turkish Basketball Superliga, as as we mentioned, he started his professional career back in 2016 in Italy, then before moving over in the LNB Pro A in France, playing for Holon. So here's a man with quite a lot of experience here in some of the best domestic leagues here in Europe. He's having a phenomenal season so far here in the Basketball Champions League. The 4 games he's played, he's averaged 12.5 points per game, along with 3 assists and 2 rebounds. So he's been a very great addition to this team. So he now moves up to 13 points here, the top scorer so far here for the visitors. So they take the mid-range shot, tucks it away. Beautiful play there, again coming off the screen. Well, who else, of course? Chase Simon with the confidence. Well, just under 5.5 to go in the third quarter. This gap now coming off one screen, trying to find the Zach attack under the basket, and the Zach attacks again. As he gets the and one, he's going to go to the free throw line here for a 3-point play. I mean, watch this here, off the pass from Misgap, fumbles it, keeps it alive. And the big man now rewards himself as he's going to go to the charity stripe. Well, we mentioned how crucial the Zach attack has been so far here for Hapoel and Holon. I think the JDA Dijon players forgot that it was an and-one, but nonetheless, so they come up with a rebound. Well, Holston comes off one screen now. Goes out of bounds, comes off a Holston. It's a turnover. Well, David Holston, that's only his first turnover of the game, but I don't think he agrees with it. But it's going to go back now to Hapoel Holon as they have a chance now to take the lead again here with now we're under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Well, Smith now giving out to Guy Panini. What a pass! Finding Steven Zach. Now can he go to work? Well, Zach now kicking out to Misgav. Misgav coming off one screen. Panini, a few seconds, got to get something going. Well, Misgav's got to get a shot off. Throws a lob, but why didn't he not try to shoot it? I think Misgav went down there with an ankle twister, possibly. You can see he's limping out of bounds. It looks like Joe Ragland's going to come back in the game. Well, I think he's in a lot of pain right there. He's going right out of the arena. The shot is up, doesn't get it. Well, Zach with a rebound, and now Ragland here on the sideline. Well, what a give and go. Finds Smith, and he lays that one off the backboard. Well, Menko with the dime. And all of a sudden, Markovic calling timeout here for JDA Dijon. Well, excuse me, the dime coming from Frédéric Baudillon. Just when his team started to build some momentum there, you can see, of course, coming from Kadeem Carrington. It's amazing just how quickly Hapoel and Holon just get the lead back in this one.
Play motion. Motion for Chase again, to his right. Everything is empty, guys. On this back door, roll, pass back, be aggressive, okay? And let's not receive this basket. Back doors, don't catch out here. Go under, control 3-point line. We need 2 good defenses and 2 easy offenses. 2 points, let's go.
À jouer en ce troisième quart.
Well, Dijon now trailing by 2 points here with just over 4 minutes to go. As now David Holston again, a play just hasn't really got it going as he usually does here. We'll kick this one out now. Well, under 10 on the shot clock now. Chase Simon coming off one screen now, finding Gavin Ware to kick out. Well, Holston's got to get a shot off. Can he get it? David Holston time! Nailing his third three-pointer of the night. Well, that's the exact kind of play now JDA Dijon want from him. He's now 3 for 6 from the perimeter this evening. Total of 11 points. A 1-point lead now to JDA Dijon. Panini now looking to throw down low to the Zach attack. And again, a foul's been called. I think they're going to call the foul there against number 24, Charles Galliou. Again, that just shows you what a great player Steve Zach is. Just the ability to frustrate the defense. Well, that's now the 4th team foul here with 3:33 to go in the 3rd quarter. As now Jacques Holon now comes back into the game. As Gavin Ware's going to go to the bench, take a breather. Under the basket now, Smith lays it up. Just too easy at the moment. Well, simple back pick there. Nobody came to bump or switch that one. He now moves up to 17 points in the evening. Well, he is 6 rebounds away from a potential double-double. Has 0 assists for that matter, but again, I think he's hoping more that team comes out with a victory tonight. Well, 4 on the shot clock now for Dijon. David Holston from no man's land doesn't get it. Well, the offensive rebound now secured here by Jacques Holon. Or Shaq Kelly, excuse me. A quick pull-up 3 by Chase Simon. Nails it! All of a sudden, JDA Dijon coming out on fire here from the perimeter. That is their 4th 3-point field goal of the 3rd quarter this evening. They now move up to 6 for 21. Ragland now looking to break down against David Holston, finding it very difficult. Getting the ball off now to Smith. Smith now 6 seconds there on the shot clock. Pulls up for another 3. He's made 1. In and out. Doesn't get it. And now Holston can push this one. We're under 2.5 to go. Holston off 1 screen. He's made a few 3s tonight. Doesn't get it. But again, well, that's going to go off of Dijon, so that's going to be possession now. Back to Hapoel and Holon. Well, again, you got to credit the way these two teams have executed here tonight. They've got good shots, but just haven't been able to knock so many down this evening. Comes a pick and roll now here for Smith. Smith to go down low to Kaiser. Kaiser under the basket, bumps around it, hangs the air, doesn't get it. Hapoel's a great defense by Jacques Holon. So now JDA Dijon here with a chance to capitalize. We go down low now. They kick out. They try another shot. He's hit a few this evening. Again, hits the back iron. Well, Chase Simon has hit a few 3-pointers this evening. So far, it's been David Holston, who's 3 for 8 from downtown. Ragland now turns it over. Now, what do we have here? We have a little bit of takeoff. Throws it down. Oh, Jacques Holon came up with loose ball. Well, 4-point lead now to JDA Dijon. It's now Mako looking for a handoff. Backdoor play finds Ragland. Puts too much on the pass, and they turn it over. Well, there you can see the backdoor pass from Ragland. Again, probably just need a little bit slower there. So now Dijon here with a 4-point lead. Jacques Holon now going pick and roll. Holston back to Jacques Holon. Turns it over again. Baudillon now comes up with it. Smith back to Baudillon. Pump fakes. Doesn't get it, but he draws a foul. Well, it's going to be 2 free throws now. Well, that's much better there from Hapoel and Holon, just getting out in transition. Well, Monsieur Frédéric Baudillon makes the first free throw. Well, 30 years of age, went to the INSEP Academy in Paris, the famous French basketball academy where the likes of the great Tony Parker went to. Well, he hits the 2 for 2 for the charity stripe. He started his professional career in Israel back in 2017 with Maccabi Haifa before playing for Hushim Hapoel Eilat, the Sharks, of course. A team that was in the FIBA Euro Cup this season. Chase Simon now fakes it, goes all the way, hangs in the air, gets it to go, and he makes a penetration. Well, that's what he needs to do now as he now moves up 213 points this evening. He's now 6 for 12 from the field, 1 for 6 from downtown. Smith now coming off one screen now, looking to hand off. Gets caught in the double team. The foul has been called. A traveling violation. So now with 23.1 seconds left, JDA Dijon can get the last shot here in the third quarter. But again, great defense there. It's the same story here. The double team, they're going out to cause a lot of pressure here on the pick and roll. Well, that is the 18th turnover of the game so far here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you the question right now. What time is it? We have under 15 seconds to go here in the third quarter. I'll tell you right now, it's David Holston time, but Holston now with under 10 here. Coming off one screen here with Jacques Holon. Got it by Kaiser, hesitates. Holston pump fakes, kicks out. Ducote hangs in the air. Oh, baby! Well, did he double clutch on that three-pointer? I'll have to see the replay of that. Well, the assist came from beautiful play, beautiful build-up there by David Holston, finding Robin Ducote. This gives a 7-point lead now to JDA Dijon. So far, it's been the biggest lead of the game here for JDA Dijon. Joe Ragland, again, relatively quiet in this game so far. Only with 6 points at the moment. 1 for 2 from the field. Well, there was a three-pointer, of course, from Kadeen Carrington. Well, Smith has been the top scorer in this game so far between these two teams. He has 17 points. He's 6 for 9 from the field. 1 for 3 from the perimeter. Only 3-point shooters so far in this game for Hapoel Holon.
Quatrième et dernier quart-temps, 56-49. L'objectif, continuer à creuser l'écart face à Hapoel Holon. Et pour continuer à galvaniser nos guerriers, on va avoir besoin du public. C'est la raison pour laquelle, mesdames, messieurs, je vais vous...
Well, Chase Simon, of course, coming into his own here in the third quarter, getting some good looks. Right now for Hapoel Holon, it's the perimeter shooting that's really letting them down in the moment. The inability to get the good looks from downtown. And you can see the double teams on the pick and roll. Every time the ball comes off the screen, you can see the defender of the screen is just coming out. This case, Jacques Holon taking it coast to coast. And there you can see Je m'appelle Robin Ducote hanging in the air. Well, 7-point lead now to JDA Dijon. Again, can they maintain this momentum and be a big response after their heavy defeat to MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg? Jacques Holon now. David Holston takes another three-pointer, doesn't get it. Smith with a rebound, and now Ragland comes up with it. Johnson calling for the ball now. Johnson now going to the basket, hanging in the air, gets rejected. Well, what a defensive play there. A huge, huge block. Well, they go down low now. Look at the spin around, dives on the floor, and again, another turnover. Smith now penetrates all the way, lays it up, and now he goes up to 19 points, goes right by Robin Ducote. And that's exactly how Hapoel Holon have to attack the basket. They need to be much quicker. It looks like now the Israelis have gone into a 2-3 zone. Again, that's a very risky decision because, well, worked in that case, of course. They're going to give open. Looks like that to David Holston. Could be a long fourth quarter. Crosses over now, a few seconds here. Carrington almost turns it over. He does just that. Now in transition, no foul called yet again. Well, Johnson lost control of it. Holston finds Ducote down low. Kelly under the basket. Kelly gets his own rebound. Kelly goes back up with it, and he finishes it under the basket. Again, Rashad Kelly. But again, it's down to David Holston. Again, back so quickly in transition defense. Well, Smith now being heavily guarded here off the pick and roll. Guy Panini, the backdoor play, finding Ragland. Ragland laying that one up. Beautiful play there. The assist coming from Mr. Veteran, Guy Panini. Well, Ragland now moves up to 8 points. He's 2 for 3 from the field this evening, along with the 2 free throws. Well, Holson now over the screen, takes a three-pointer in and out, doesn't get it. Well, I gotta say, it's a very risky decision to play a 2-3 zone against JDA Dijon. They turn it over. Oh, behind the back, what do we have here? Kelly throws it down. Oh, Kelly with a bit of magic there in transition. Well, that is Magic Johnson behind the back, and then you got a bit of LeBron time, throws it with the two-handed jam. Well, 12 still tonight here, 7-point lead again. As Ragland now crossing over, coming off one screen. Johnson finding Kaiser. Kaiser taking a tough shot. Nobody going for a rebound, but a foul's called. So Kaiser's going to go to the free throw line here for 2 shots. The foul is on Jacques Holon. Well, Jacques Holon there again didn't need to go into him. So, I mean, Kaiser's a phenomenal basketball player, but doesn't take too many mid-range shots. The man from Victoria, Texas, went to Louisiana Tech, leaving in 2015. He started his pro career in the NBA G League for the Raptors 905. Well, his first professional contract outside of the United States was in Cyprus. Also played the likes of Aris, Salonika. Last year as well with Basketball Champions League rivals VF Riga. He makes both free throws now, cutting it down to a 5-point ball game. And checks out the game now. Well, again, they go to the high zone. The 3 is up. The 3 is good. It's Rashad Kelly. And again, you got to ask the question, why Holon are playing a zone against a team that has the ability? Now, they haven't shot the ball particularly well tonight, but by playing a zone, you just invite them to get good shots. As now, David Holson, guarding Guy Panini, now goes out of bounds. It will be a baseline ball here to JDA Dijon. Well, 6:29 to go here. 8-point lead to the home side. This Guy Panini asks one more time to tuck in his shirt. Well, we got 10 on the shot clock here for Holon. We get the ball down barely now with Ragland. Ragland down the middle, kicks out. Johnson, can he hit the three-pointer? Doesn't get it. Well, the perimeter shooting has been poor. There's the long court pass, a thing of beauty. It is showtime. JDA Dijon basket. I mean, let's see the replay, ladies and gentlemen. Chase Simon getting out of transition. Well, Coach Guy Goods has got a lot of questions for his players, but not a lot of time to ask them.
25, guys. We are giving up too easy. We are giving up. We are not scoring. We are not having better defense. They are getting easy basket. 25 again, bump the corner. After basket, try to stay to press. 22, drop to 25. Communicate. Okay? Communicate. So let's do one-time defense man-to-man. Maybe they plan something on defense. One-time man-to-man, and then we are moving back to matchup.
Well, that is a thing of beauty here. You got to think a year ago there weren't any fans in the stadium. And just to see the spectators back and just really enjoying the occasion.
Delton. Down skin for him. Okay. Same side. Step up skin. Okay. Go here. Down skin. Step up skin.
Sur le parquet du Palais du Sport. Il reste 6-18 à jouer. 10 points entre les deux équipes.
Look at the transition play there, the ability to get the ball up the court so quickly. It's one of the things that's made JDA Dijon such a good team this season.
Avec la JDA Dijon. 12 derrière le joueur.
Smith now been so far top scorer, pulls up for the mid-range. Nobody going in for a follow-up. Well, Hayden Dalton's now checked back in the game along with Steve Zak. We got Guy Panini along with Joe Ragland. Well, plenty of time left in this game, only down by 10 points. But again, the uninspiring play from the perimeter has been a problem here. And there's the backdoor play, throws it down. What a beautiful pass by Jacques Holon. Again, finding Rashad Kelly. Well, the 1-2 between these two players has been phenomenal this evening. Under the basket, finding Steve Zak, and that's exactly what Holon have needed so far. Somebody inside just to power themselves. Again, when things don't get going for you from the perimeter or from the backcourt, you have to go to other options. And Hapoel and Holon now again want to stay in this zone here. And there's a penetration. I think a traveling violation has been called. So break there for the Israelis, so they're going to get the ball back. Chase Simon so far, 15 points, 7 for 13 from the field. Or Rashad Kelly, for that matter, out there with 18 points and 10 rebounds. He has his double-double. And he's probably 10 assists away from a triple-double, but the likelihood of that happening here in the last 5 minutes is very unlikely. But again, I would say never here. Well, Ragland now with the ball trailing by 10 points, under 5 minutes to go. Pick and roll here with Zak. Zak goes up, gets rejected. Mamenko had the three-pointer. Well, the foul has been called on the ground, so it's going to be a baseline ball here to Hapoel and Holon. Well, another wasted opportunity is now Holston has the ball. Well, Holston crosses over. Holston in the lane, off the backboard, kisses that one off the glass. Well, right now it is the David Holston show, and he's having a great time. Well, I think he wanted more of a sarcastic laugh there. I think he wanted the +1, but not sure the official's going to call that one. Well, Ragland now looking to go all the way. Ragland drawing the foul now. He'll go to the free throw line here for 2 shots. Well, 2 things have really killed Hapoel and Holon this evening. One has been the turnovers. Well, a team with 21 turnovers compared to only 8 turnovers of JDA Dijon has been a key difference in this one, as well as only 1 freight from the perimeter this evening. As Hayden Dalton now leaves the game one more time as Chris Johnson comes back in. Well, Ragland makes the first free throw. Well, Joey Ragland, as we mentioned last season, playing for rivals in the Israeli Winter League for Hapoel Eilat. The Sharks, as they're known, the Hapoel Chushim. Well, Ragland makes it 2 for 2 for the charity stripe. His team now trails by 10 points with just over 4 minutes to go here. We'll try to put a bit of pressure now, double team here, but they're going to have to give the ball up. Pulls up for another long shot from downtown, doesn't get it. Johnson with a rebound, and now Ragland can push this one. And Ragland now got it by Keneen Carrington. Goes to his left, Ragland all the way off the backboard, gets rejected. Well, foul has been called in the backcourt. That's going to be the first team foul now for Holon here in the 4th quarter. Well, look at the block there, the rejection. Not in my house. Well, Rashad Kelly says to Joe Ragland, get out of here. You are not welcome. And there you can see Steve Zak just not letting David Holston get out in transition whatsoever. For Hapoel and Holon, again, just the inability here in the 4th quarter to get some good looks and get some good shots. Down the lane now, look for a dish off, goes up and it doesn't get it. Well, Smith now, they want to get out in transition here. Smith now looking to give it up, and again, Another foul called. Well, that's a 4th team foul, so it's going to be a baseline ball now here to Hapoel Holon. The foul is going to be called here on Rashad Kelly. Well, that's only his first personal foul of the game, but as we mentioned, 4th team foul here for JDA Dijon. Well, Ragland now tries another 3-pointer, gets it to drop, cuts it down to a 7-point ball game. Well, with 3:19 left to go, and a couple of fouls to give here, they could take a few chances on defense. And again, JDA Dijon called timeout as they know this game is far from over.
Where the fuck you are going? 3 stupidities in 10 seconds. Hey, stay calm. Why we are rushing? We are 10 points up. Where we go? Where we go?
We gotta play smart, bro. We can't gamble. We gotta stay solid, bro. I got it.
Move around and give David ball to play with Jack top pick and roll. And after this, you will have open shot, backdoor cuts, and all this. Now everybody try to do something. You don't do this even in the practice. Let's execute the game. Now we don't have any more fouls. If they play zone, we play motion against zone. And after they bring the ball a little bit, so Jacques comes and they have everything. Okay. If they play man-to-man, play motion, but watch eyes to move the ball. Hey, 2-to-1 zone press. 2 guards, movement in the middle.
Well, there you can see good ball movement. Now Joe Ragland hitting a big 3-pointer, and possibly with just under 3:20 to go here. Could that be a key marker there? Well, the one thing that's definitely surprised me here in the 4th quarter is the fact that Hapoel Holon gone to his own defense. Now, will they stand that defense? You can see a bit of full court pressure here. Clean Carrington here. And now looks like they're going to match up man-to-man defense against JDA Dijon. Well, looks like they've actually gone back into the zone now. So well, there's a cross-court pass to close out. Mid-range shot, doesn't get it. Well, great defense by Holon. But they turn it over one more time. And an and one. Well, Hapoel Holon. The story has simply been turnover after turnover. Just when they make a great defensive play there, come up with a loose ball. Rafi Menko gives it to Joe Ragland in a very tough spot. And Ragland there commits the foul against Carrington. And look at Guy Goods, infuriated with his team's inability to take care of the basketball. Well, now Kenny Carrington with a chance to put them back up by 10 points here with 2:51 to go in the 4th quarter. Well, Carrington makes a free throw and he's back to a 10-point ball game. Well, now Holon here needs to be very precise in every offense, and then again, just hope they can come up with a stop on defense. Menko now, again, didn't know what to do with it at that point, to go down to Zach in the post, pump fakes, well, gets a hard foul there. Well, you can see not too much protest there from the Holon players, but it looks like a normal block to me. You can see Jacques Long gets the ball first, and he does follow through. It's a foul, but I would be very surprised if that was upgrade. I don't think they're going to call that an unsportsmanlike. Well, again, the reason we have the unsportsmanlike foul is to prevent, of course, injury or tempers flaring. And makes the first free throw. Now, if you're a Holon fan, you got to look at this right now and think there's plenty of time left in this game. You got 2 fouls to get before you get to the penalty, so you can take a few chances on defense. So he makes both free throws now, cutting it down to an 8-point ball game. If you're JDA Dijon, time is on your side. You don't need to rush anything. Holson now got it by Joe Ragland. Carrington now coming off one screen. Pulls up from the mid-range. Oh my goodness gracious. Right in the face of Steve Zach. That is just a dagger there to the hearts of these Holon players. Ragland now coming off one screen. Back to Smith. Smith now pulling up for a three-point off the crossover. Doesn't get it. Well, that has been the story of the night here. Holon with only 2 3-point field goals, one from Joey Ragland and the other one from Smith. Well, you can see now David Holston step back from the mid-range. Oh, it's his time now. It is officially the time of David Holston. 12-point ball game. 1:41 to go. You can see the body language now here from the Hapoel and Holon players. Oh, look at the step back right in the face of Joey Ragland. David Holston, trademark play. Again, you look at him at the beginning of this game, relatively quiet, but it's only a matter of time with David Holston. When he gets things going, it makes it pretty much impossible for any team to defend him here in the Basketball Champions League. Another turnover now. As Ragland just preventing a breakaway dunk there for JDA Dijon. Put the ball in the hands of Chase Simon now. On the 10 of the shot clock. Simon back to Jacques Holon. Good ball movement here for Dijon. Holston behind the back pass. Goes out of bounds. It goes between a few players actually, but JDA Dijon now just need to not get too complacent here. Right idea. I mean, that would have been a beautiful play if it connected. Now looking to come off the screen here with Kaiser. Finds Kaiser, turn it over to keep it alive here. And there's a cross court. This time they turn it over. The foul has been committed. You got to think Hapoel and Holon are a very good basketball team. They've got some great players, very good coach, but it just hasn't worked for them this evening. This is a team that played 3 exciting games in the play-ins against Besiktas. Had to come back from 0-1 down again. When you look at this game, of course, 22 turnovers. You got to start to think it's very concerning from their behalf. There's a shot from downtown, doesn't get it. When I said 22, I meant 24 turnovers for that matter. Again, they'll probably take a look at this game, put a line under it, as Kaiser follows it up with 27.6 seconds left. Well, ladies and gentlemen, definitely alley-oop. Oh my goodness gracious, I thought he was going to throw it down, but that would have been the icing on the cake there. Well, I thought, of course, Rashad Kelly was going to entertain the crowd. Well, he moves up to 20 points, 9 for 11 from the field. 1 for 1 from downtown. As we mentioned, what a phenomenal game for him. A double-double with 10 rebounds. Well, that would have been just the beautiful incroyable, as they would say here in the city of Dijon.
Bring the ball here. Bring the ball up.
Well, you can see Smith, the top scorer so far in this game for Hapoel and Holon, followed up with 7 rebounds by Kaiser, 7 assists from Joey Ragland. Ragland with 13 points. Well, Ragland was 4 rebounds and 3 assists away from a potential triple-double here this evening for Hapoel and Holon. As we mentioned, there's a lot of talent in this Hapoel and Holon. I mean, look at this from Holston. I mean, come on, Kelly, you got to throw it down, baby. You got to get the crowd involved. Give them something to go home and say, to talk about at work tomorrow. As we mentioned, what a fantastic player Rashad Kelly is. Well, he will leave here with a double-double this evening. Well, ladies and gentlemen, 18.8 seconds to go here. 12-point lead to the host, 78-66. Where did it go wrong for Hapoel and Holon? They were leading this game in the first half by as many as 10 points. And as we can see, 24 turnovers, only 1 for 8 for the perimeter. It just hasn't been good enough for them this evening. Well, again, points count now. This guy Panini will try a 3-point, doesn't get it. Well, a 12-point deficit going back to Israel isn't the end of the world. Simon now in the air now, doesn't get it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of this one, JDA Dijon wins 78-66 over Hapoel Holon here in Game 2 of the round of 16 of the Basketball Champions League. It's been an unbelievable atmosphere here this evening. Rashad Kelly, as we mentioned, 20 points, 10 rebounds, finishing with a double-double. Great game from him this evening. Also followed up by 50 points from David Holson and 15 from Chase Simon. Kadeem Carrington shot 2 for 5 from the perimeter. He had a very good game this evening.
Applaudissements sportifs pour Hapoel Holon et applaudissements pour la victoire à la JDA Dijon.
Well, that's a big response now from JDA Dijon after an opening loss, a very terrible loss, of course, in which is going to be hard to get the head-to-head against MHP Rees in Louvresburg. But a big win at home against Hapoel Holon. Don't take anything for granted, of course. The 12-point deficit going into a head-to-head isn't much, of course, so Holon will definitely like their chances when they have this return fixture back in Israel.
La communion habituelle après chaque victoire ici au Palais des Sports entre les joueurs et le public de la JDA Dijon, ça fait la la la.
And you can see now the players just showing their appreciation, paying their homage to the home fans. I mean, these are fantastic basketball fans. I mean, what is not to love here? French basketball, arguably top basketball here in international basketball in the world. As we saw in the Olympics, the national team pushing the United States to a very close game. Some of the best basketball players in the world coming from France, for that matter. Well, JDA Dijon, 8 for 30 from the perimeter this evening, 25 for 42. Only 4 free throws for that matter. Again, great defense, causing a lot of turnovers. 24 turnovers in total for Hapoel Holon. 16 steals for the home team. Amazing, that was the only stat line that really went in their favor, apart from the scoring. Credit this game down to defense. Rashad Kelly, as we mentioned, 20 points along with 10 rebounds, while 30 points combined between Chase Simon and David Holson. Well, ladies and gentlemen, JDA Dijon, big response. Let's take a look at the highlights from this game. You know, it was looking positive in the first half here for Hapoel Holon, but you know, you cannot expect to come here into the Basketball Champions League and shoot 1 for 8 from the perimeter and have 24 turnovers and expect to come out with a victory, especially on the road here against a great team such as JDA Dijon. Rashad Kelly was just doing it on both ends of the court, both defensively and offensively. You can see the behind-the-back magic play with a throwdown. Well, that is why he was the MVP of this game with his double-double. Well, there was a cross-court pass there, finding Chase Simon in transition. David Holson doing what he does best there, the beautiful fast-break basketball. Well, for JDA Dijon, you love the way they moved the ball and just how unselfish the play was here. Well, that's the one thing about David Holson. Not only is he a dominant scorer, but he's also a fantastic facilitator. Just has the ability to get things going here on every angle of the court. And you can see Joe Ragland going to the basket, but getting denied there by Rashad Kelly. Well, that was the second three-pointer of the game so far for Hapoel Holon, but again, as we mentioned, only 1 for 8 from the perimeter this evening. Just wasn't enough for them. Well, that was a turnover that was officially good night because they'd got the game down to 7 points, but Carrington coming up with a loose ball and then an and-one there kind of sealed the deal there for Hapoel Holon. Well, Carrington, as we mentioned, finishing with 13 points. I mean, this is a guy who has the ability to step it up a level here in the Basketball Champions League. It's Ragland going all the way to the basket. The follow-up by Kaiser with the putback two-handed flush. Well, there was the Holston combo play there. Well, there you can see JDA Dijon now, second game. They top the group for temporarily, depending on how MHP Rees and Liversburg do against Galatasaray. It's a very competitive group here. Well, more games to come tomorrow, and it's live here from the Basketball Champions League. But for now, it's good night.